Little Twitch. Little Twitch. Little Twitch. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Keep video. Yeah, I just wasn't hearing myself talk for a second, and I was like, boop. So we need it. All right, so I'm logged into my alt again this morning. I'm gonna kind of continue on with the stuff that we're trying to do. These videos are gonna, like I said, I'm trying to upload, make some new videos for YouTube at the same time. So if you are tuning in, watching the VOD on YouTube, it's the whole copying things over to YouTube. I haven't done that in a very long time, so I'm still kind of learning how to do that and the best way to make sure that this stuff is working. That first video will go live about 4 hours, I think. So if you guys missed yesterday's stream and you're not wanting to watch the VOD, you can go see that. And then so just trying to get better at doing that stuff. Trying to make sure that especially with if stuff is said in chat, and I'm not sure if I want to put chat on the screen yet, which is probably the better, easier way to do it. I just don't know how I feel about putting it on the screen. Stuff. Nice. Well, we got 2,000 data banks now. We have 1,000 program reports. Starting to slowly make some dents in it. So if you're wondering, I have these things set to basically 2,000 of each one of those items, which is a lot. But the reason for that is basically we're trying to create a custom order, and from talking to Serapis and talking to his stream, they basically requested to have 2,000 of each item at any given time, which is a lot. Ooh. This makes me happy. I'm glad I found this box. So this box has 39 kilometers of hematite in it. That makes me happy. I am happy with 39 kiloliters of ore of hematite, because I am burning through some ore. All right, so similar Natron. But having that much ore is nice. I still don't think I can actually see. I can't even get this. I still can't even look at it. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life here? Electronics proficiency. Let's move that up here. If we can. For this stuff. Let's look at basics. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is get this guy where I can at least look at different pieces of gear and at least see what I'm trying to do. Alright, so we left off yesterday. We had basically we left Haven, get to Iliad, transfer all the way down here. I should probably binge my rest. So we went through, we showed y'all how to do this stuff. We showed you how to get to the tutorials yesterday, or in the last stream, which was yesterday. But so I highly recommend, especially if you're new to the game, to go through these tutorials. They are helpful. The next thing that we need to do is okay. Once you kind of get started, once you we're able to do surface mining. Okay, surface mining. So once you have these, you run around, you pick up stuff off the ground. Right. So those are good. The next thing we need to do is also, hopefully I may have not set up my settings to go do this. All right, so I have 4 charges, so which is better than no charges. And basically the way I do calibration is everybody does calibrations a little bit differently. So as I go into here, the way I do calibrations is I usually start with a cone and I just drop a cone pretty much dead in the center. And that usually throws me to one side. I know there's other people that I've seen other ways that people do it that they do quite a bit better. I don't know. I like the way I do this. And it works for me. Wow. I didn't get a lot of stuff from there at all. It's me. Jeez, this guy's so slow at finding. But that's how I do it. Is I usually do that center part, and then I'll do one kind of over to the side, and then kind of take a guess if it's not there. I probably have 60 to 70%, you know, success of actually finding the I probably have a 60 to 70% chance of being successful with the actually finding uh, the node that I'm looking for, or finding the calibrated spot. It's not obviously 100% because that would be you're not guaranteed, right? But in the grand scheme of things, you don't actually even need to be 100% for that stuff most of the time. So usually the first couple of days you're trying to get to 100%, but once you're there, as long as you calibrate, it keeps it at 100%. So if you want, almost literally pop in and just wing it and just be like, no, just randomly just choose a spot. It's just how much of the ore you're going to get. And what I'm doing is I'm holding, it's being difficult, but if you want to select everything in the box, go to a blank slot, hold Control, and double click the slot. And then that selects everything that's in that, every item that's in there. So you can try to, instead of trying to choose what you can. So you can shift click and then click someplace else and it'll select everything between those 2 points. You can control and you can click and unclick stuff. Sometimes it gets a little twitchy and it doesn't work quite as well as we want it to. So I am just really low on Natron. I think sodium is really what we're hurting on right now. Iron and carbon. I think most of my sodium is going to make X1 fuel right now, to make the space fuel. Uh, so I almost need to find something I can fly and try to set up some scanners. When I fly, this one's actually probably not bad. If I fly. Fly. Hmm. All right, can do that. So if I have crap. So we're gonna do some searching here real quick. I need to find some place to go. That's not good. I can only hold 2 territories. Oh, that can go too. That. I'll only get rid of it like this. Have a good amount of fuel. Have some scrap because I'm probably gonna need that. Definitely have some warp cells because that would be a good thing to have. Also, all right. So this thing is all full and all I need. I need to get basically I'm gonna go to a different planet because once we get to a different planet, like it's all kind of the same idea. Just it depends on the actual planet more than uh, so it's going to depend more on the actual planet than it's going to depend on like the next steps, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to get a territory scanner and stuff like this. And this next part is going to be slow. It's probably going to take most of today to do it. Because it's just going to be slow. Crap, I need to take miners with me too. It doesn't give me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this thing here so it's going to tell me what all I need. So I'm going to go here. Okay, I need to go. Now that my brain's actually kind of working, I need to go look at. Oh no, let me try it. is messages. There they are. All right. So I'm gonna go look here, and there's the resources page on the wiki, and obviously you guys can't see this. But what I'm looking for is someplace that has Natron. I need Natron. So Natron, like I would love to find someplace that had like Natron Thermite, but I don't think that happens. Yeah, I'm not. There's no place listed that has both of those on this page anyway. So instead, can we find Natron? Natron and hematite. I definitely want both of those together. Locos has Natron, pyrite, gold nuggets, and illuminite. So I don't know where Locopus is, though. Mattis has basically the 4 startings in Garanite. Definitely need. I definitely want to have Nitron and hematite. Like that has to happen. Bauxite would probably be good too. So probably want to have Natron, aluminum. I wish I could kind of filter this page out a little bit better.
So for the YouTube and Twitch audiences, what's happening is we need to set up additional mining bases on more planets. So Plum's just working out the best locations for us to do that. So our apologies.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at a chart trying to figure out like trying to find a combination because what I would like to have is Natron, aluminum, or Natron, bauxite, and hematite, and not have coal. Because we have so much coal already that it doesn't give me good to get more coal.
But coal is not bad to have.
Yeah.
You can sell it.
Yeah, that combination doesn't exist. So I have one that has Helium M3 has bauxite, coal, hematite, natron, and rhodonite. So I think that's where we're going. So I just need to make sure that I need to have a programming board, static 4S's, and all that stuff.
So which moon were you thinking of?
Tell you my, so TALEMAI M3.
So, going through the main planet, Talmai, and the 3 moons, the planet has bauxite, hematite, coal, quartz, limestone, natron, and petalite, which translates to aluminium, iron, coal, silicon, calcium, sodium, and lithium. Moon 3 has iron, coal, aluminium, sodium, and I don't know what that T material is. Moon 1 has limestone and something started with V that I can't pronounce, sorry. As well as hematite, quartz, and coal. And Moon 2 has coal, quartz, bauxite, chromite, and columbite. So, either 2 moons or a main and a moon.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna go for the M3 because we don't have. I figure we're gonna need rhodonite at some point.
Fair enough.
And it's only on 3 places, so
Yeah. I might go for the main planet initially then, so that we get a source of lithium and calcium.
yeah. Thank planet. Yeah, the next issue I'm gonna run into is trying to get all the stuff I need in that ship. So I may end up needing to take things with her instead. Guess I could just take the Orca with me. I haven't actually flown the Orca in space. It's just a question of whether or not I can get it off the ground. You know what? We're gonna take the Orca. We'll take the Orca. It's a bit more of a special ship.
Now, have you got miners and territories?
Yeah, that's what I was grabbing now.
Because you need uncommon for tier 2, of course, and
Oh,
advanced
that's
for
good.
3.
I don't have those here.
Okay. Second. You may be making a stop past the space market to collect something.
Yeah, because, well, I needed a couple other things too. So. They need long lights too.
You have 10 uncommon mining units awaiting at the space market. And I may have to meet you at the space market to give you the advanced mining lasers or mining units. Do you think you're going to need any advanced units right now?
Well, I'm going after Natron mostly.
Yes, that's only tier 2, so not tier 3, so we don't need to worry about that one right now.
Oh,
right, well,
can you
that'll
just
be a
do that?
future.
Well, I just have basics.
Yeah, so in the orgs container at the market, at the space market, is a bunch of uncommon mining units for you.
Honestly,
Okay, now let's put them in my container, damn it. I'll have to meet you there to give you them.
I'm probably gonna have to go back to my main character, I think. Probably be safe because I'll be able to do. I have more skills on that one. No, I need this guy over there though to be. If I log this guy out in the ship, shouldn't he go with the ship?
So, I've heard mixed results. Put a seat in your ship, sit him in the seat, log out. I know that works. In the event that it doesn't work, I'll just shuttle your guy over later.
If I need this guy over there to that basically control him so we can make him headquarters.
If you need seats, I've got wooden armchairs in my elements box. I believe I've given you access to it, so...
Somewhere. Just whether or not I have loaded. Great. Autograph seats. Let's put seats in the back of the little room.
I might have just touched Thade's while.
Yeah.
And I
So I
mean,
need to
like,
get-
I. Sorry?
Oh, that's not so I need to get long lights to see if I can find those at.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't mean, like, I touched the atmosphere, I mean, I touched the surface.
Oh. That probably doesn't sound like a good way to do it.
So, yeah, I'm about to find out if I have any, damage.
Thing in there except for static core.
Short answer, yes. There'll be a slight delay when I land on Mattis.
Ah. I'm low on those. Oh. No. We have some space. I take some extra fuel with me. Find some more cells. Actually, does this thing even have a drive? Right now, this thing came. Good. Like that thing does well with the this thing does well with once you get it up to HEP height, kind of do crazy things like that with it. Until it kind of gets up to HEP height, however, it's not the best. So trying to load all the stuff in here and trying to get it to go not making it much. All right. Go to just space market real quick. Oh.
I've just arrived at Metis. I'm going to quickly fix up damage and then get going.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to bring my other guy over later, or I'll just have to send him on into the ship or something. I can boat him out there later,
though. Damage is minor. Can worry about it later. Looks like it's just that SAM adjuster I keep toasting. So this week I started with 1,500 warp cells. Tap the button. I have 639 left.
Yeah. You can use a lot of warp cells flying around.
That's another reason I want to get maybe a smaller ship.
Yeah.
Maybe something a little. Yeah.
This thing seems to be a little bit slower breaking the atmosphere when it's, half full.
Alright, departing Metis.
That off. That right now. You don't need that for now. We need it where we're going though. get far enough away from the planet here. Be alright. Now you can do all the stuff I'm doing with your brand new starter character. You go to a new planet. Once you kind of get there, you can go and get your territory scanner. I'm gonna do 3 scanners. In the beginning, you may only have access to 1, or may only be able to afford 1. Or if you're just going to Aliaska to set up your main base, you can just roll the dice and just take a spot, right? There's lots of reasons to choose your spot. There's closest to a market. There's closest to your friends. There's closest to your org. Or there's a mining location, right? So you're trying to take over a spot that, like the one we have, is high in coal. I'm not the place where I'm going here. I'm not necessarily looking for coal. I'm looking for Natron. I'm looking for high sodium and high iron. If I can find a place that has both of those, that will be happy. So I don't know what the actual numbers are, but probably Natron, I probably want it probably in the 200 range. And then as high as iron as we can. The other two I'm not super worried about. Oh, and then I was watching Serapis' stream last night. He got sucked into the black hole of the cave, or the crater. His brand new ship he just built. There were some desync issues. Didn't go well.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, because at first I was like, oh, that crater doesn't look so bad. And after watching that last night, I was like, I will never fly in that ever.
Mm-hmm.
Passengers immobilization starting. Warp sequence
Preparing to
initiated.
warp. I will meet you at the space market.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like they were trying to figure out the ship. Like at one point, he like flew it into the side of the mountain to see if it would register it, and he flew into the side of the mountain. The ship teleported back to where he took off from, with everything broken. And like he had other people sitting there watching him, and he would fix it, and it would fix it on his screen, but nobody else would see it fixed. Like they would fix stuff, and then when he logged out, logged back in, he could see that stuff fixed, but he'd have to log out and log back in after every time they fixed something. Like he could pick up the ship and move it. Like it was bad.
Warp sequence completed.
Yeah, it does
Passengers
not sound like a fun time.
Yeah, he got so bad last night. His donations in the channel from trying to get tattoo equipment to just straight alcohol. He's like, no, I need to drink. Yeah, it was bad. It was horrible. And all that while I was so evidently last night when I left work, they decided that last night was a good time to verify people's parking passes on the way out of the parking garage. So I pull out of the parking garage and I'm coming down because I have to take this like loopy like spiral thing to come down out of the parking garage. And I pull out of the gate and pull up and slam on the brakes because traffic's backed up all the way up to the level I parked on. And I'm like, what the hell? And they just got some guy down at the bottom. Like, you have to hand him your parking pass. He takes a picture of it and then lets you out of the parking garage. I was like, well, this is a good thing to happen at 10 o'clock at night. I just want to go home. I'm tired. Like, well, we're just verifying, the people are parking employee parking are supposed to be here. I go, well, it's the same place I've been parking for 3 years, so if it's not right, then y'all messed up. Why can't I see the market? Eight kilometers out, I should be able to see the market, shouldn't I?
No, it pops up about in a kilometer or two.
Oh, that doesn't seem safe.
Well, the intention is that you're not barreling at it like 20,000 kilometers an hour. I will meet you on the market itself. Assuming that I haven't just screwed this up and...
Stop off the fuel tank there. All right, so we're gonna go to the Age of Space market. I need to pick up a few things there. I need to pick up some lights. We need to pick up some better miners, stuff like that. And then we're gonna go and start the slow process of trying to find a location. It's about 5-6, between 5 and 6 kilometers out. It starts popping. Skip over there. I was gonna be sad for a second there. I thought there was a roll of toilet paper here.
G'day, Plum. It didn't put them in the right container, so we're doing it this way. There you go.
All right, now if I remember where I parked my ship. Oh, there it is.
You are over there.
Yeah. So, and then I learned something very valuable like yesterday. That if my manager calls and escalates an IT ticket that I have, saying that I can't get to my email and claims that it's a work stoppage, they call me immediately and start working on the problem that I've had for the past month.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. All right. Now I need to go to my 3.
I have so many places I gotta go.
Map on. Never mind. That's not it. That is my destination. That is my work point. Do we know anything about this moon that I'm fixing to go try to land on? Like, I don't know. Does it have an atmosphere?
It's a moon. No, it doesn't. So approach slowly. Let me look at the map.
So you're telling me I should land near a market?
Yes. You're going to Moon 3, right?
Yeah.
There is no atmosphere. It has 0.09 gravity. So, yeah, hope your space brakes are good.
I have decent space brakes.
It has 75 claimed territories of its 1,922.
Passengers immobilization starting.
Simply empty.
It is
Warp
3.9%
sequence
occupied. Marketplace 1 has a lot of stuff around it. To its northwestern side. The South Market number 2 is pretty much clear around it. A few people there. I do not see a third marker. There are only 2 markers. Alright, I'm going to Haven now.
Yay!
I'm gonna go pick up my old stuff. Do I need to swing? Oh no, you landed somewhere else anyway, so I don't know where your old is. I was gonna offer to pick up your stuff as well, but I do not know where you be.
Oh, which stuff?
I was gonna offer to go grab your old stuff from Haven, but
all he has on Haven is, well, he's right outside of Market 6. But all that's there is basically the starter area.
Warp sequence completed. Passengers released.
If this shit points directly at them, probably a bad point. Help you. Are you really? Is your life that difficult today? Still, nobody believes you. You know that, right? Beans. be on the side of the planet. Or on the side of it. This is bad enough. I'm going to have to fly to the other side of the Alien.
So I think the decision, the space base, will be around Taylor when we decide to build it. I think that's the plan. It just seems like it's a good plan to put it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after this, it's going to be slow boating around for me, so... Yeah. Well, slow boating to the edgy PvP space and then jumping to...
That's someplace safer.
Yeah, because I'm now down to like 400 warp cells. So how much cargo can the Rebellion carry? Because I'm gonna have to build one.
Each small. I think it's got like 12 total small containers on it. It doesn't carry a lot of stuff.
So, do you create it, right?
Yeah. The Rebellion too.
Yeah, so... Well, because it's the free one. So... Atmospheric cargo lift says half a kiloton. So for 4 deliveries and shuffling around, that would be perfect. So I might disassemble my little death trap and attempt to build the Rebellion. Because that's 144 kiloliters cargo space. Good amount of fuel. Comes in at 208 tons empty. So empty, its warp costs won't be too bad. So yeah, I know what I'm doing today.
On this side of the place in the dark is special. So what I'm trying to do right now is get my ship kind of orientated in a position so that I can scan all three, or no, basically all three locations at once. My ship decides it wants to stay on the moon. What I'm going to do is I want to find this place here. So I want to bring the ship back. So what I'm doing is I want to bring my ship back so that you see this, like the corner point of it is kind of in between all of the parts. And then what I want to do is I want to go and build it. And once I get into build mode, here. So now, once I've done that, now I have the three scanners. So basically, each one of these scanners is in a different territory. So this one's 1507. So over here is in... Ooh. Uh, 1500. Yeah. Using the jetpack on this moon is yeah. And this is 196. So then, while I'm waiting for that to kind of happen, you go down here and kind of collect some rocks. This is limestone. I'm not really worried about limestone. Bauxite. Let's see. be like random Natron laying around on the ground. So it takes 15 minutes to scan. And since this is unclaimed territories on the moon, right? We can kind of do whatever we want to. That's nice. Looks like lead. So that isn't an active tile up there. There's somebody's market up there. Like an active tile. I may go scan some other inactive tiles to see if we anything inactive here. Oh, there's an active tile finally. I was like, holy crap. So what I'll do is I'll scan these three. If I get a good hit for a Natron, capture that. If I don't, then we'll move on and go scan somewhere else. I was hoping we were gonna find. If I could just find like a Natron rock, then at least then I'd be like, oh, that's the color I need. You have 1G usually if you walk around on your ship, unless you're on the moon. Then you get tokens. It's that inactive spot. Nothing else to do except for going exploring right now. I'm literally waiting for 15 minutes for it to kind of figure out what it's doing. So once you start that scanner, 15 minutes. That's why you'll see a lot of people the three. They'll set on that point. As long as the scanner's each in a different area, you'll still get the bonus for doing it, or you'll be able to run all three of them at once. Some people actually will do that, and then they'll go to other areas too, and do the scanning of that area. So basically what they'll do is they'll set their ship in the center, they'll run out, they'll do three more, and run over here, they'll do three more, run over here, they'll place another contract with three more. Still active. His structures are still there, it's just inactive on paying for this axis. Oh, but this is a slow process. And I did want to show, like, I probably won't do any more scanning on, well, I'll do some scanning on stream today. But I want people to kind of see this is a slow process to find a good location. Unless you're just extremely lucky or you already have, some prior knowledge of the location. It takes time to scan to and kind of get what you're trying to find. The old adage, you watch pot never boils. It's the day again. Wonder if that's my new favorite airline. Oh, yes. So there's not much else I can do other than just scan. Or just picking up rocks with the surface. I can run around a little bit to other places. I didn't bring enough things to kind of set some more constructs out. Like it's going slow. While we're here, we talked about it. So we're in the system map right now. So right now we're Polymine. We are outside of the protective zone. There is a protective zone around the planet. As you can see, there is a protective zone around the moon. So there's no fighting around the moon or on the surface or any of the planets. However, all the space between here and there, if you slow boat through that area, especially like if I left this moon and I went straight back to Alioth, there's a pipe, and here's like sitting in that area and trying to figure out where you're at, and trying to have a discussion with you about the legitimate ownership of your items. And that conversation usually involved bullets and explosions. So if you, the general rule is if, oh, Oh. So they finally, after a month of fighting with me, have decided that the fix for my computer problem is to give me a new computer, which I've told them about 15 times. Have to. I wonder if I should respond to the email and be like, "Hey, I can't request that. I don't have access to the internet." These people are great. Yeah. So the general rule is if you have something in your slow boat into PvP zone, it should be something that you don't like or that you're okay with losing, because it is possible that it will get blowed up. So this is not going to be a PvP channel. That I have no plans, want, need, desire to do. I'm perfectly fine and happy with doing this stuff. I won't say that I wouldn't do PvP. It's something that I may, we may go in and dabble with just to see how it works, and kind of see how it goes. But from my understanding, even trying to get into PvP, it would take. It could take a year. It would take months to be able to get the resource or the skills to be able to PvP at any decent level. And as you can tell, like right now, I have 62 days worth of skills stacked up, trying to get my piloting skills better. So I'm trying to get this is all stuff just to be able to pilot stuff better. Just trying to be able to fly a ship better, to take better advantage of the equipment on the ship. Because the more points I have in that, the better the ship will handle, and the more crazy stuff I can do with it. Because if the ship is made for a new person to be able to fly it, do crazy stuff with it. And I can boost the brakes by 25% or something like that. Then all right, scan complete. So this has bauxite, hematite, coal. That's all that is here. So granted, it has a lot of coal. So it's not good for what I'm trying to do here. Bauxite, hematite, coal. Oh, there's a lot of coal. No, I'm sorry. There's a lot of bauxite there. And like I wouldn't necessarily be upset with a lot of bauxite, but it's not what I need right now. No. No worries, Pete. Take this step out of it. They have no pit. There is derelict over here. So we will drive over there and look at what that is. Depending on what it is, we may pick it up. I didn't bring enough cores with me to actually bring stuff back. All we're doing is kind of just taking stabs in the dark anyway. What are they doing at work today? Good place for soda. Come on, go for it. Oh. All right. All right. So come up here. We'll turn these bad boys on. That fast. And we're going to go back here. We're going to go see what somebody left buried under the ground. Hopefully there'll be lots of rocks. Problem is I didn't bring any, all I brought is, I think, small static cores. I didn't bring any other cores with me, so if it's a good ship, like I won't be able to do anything with it. I'd have to go get like my warp tunnel or something and bring back a core. Can't dig because this is hated. The only way I'd be able to do it is if they left them. This is useless. Oh well. Sounded good, Wallet. Sounded like a good plan. Not good. Got to run around collecting rocks. We'll run over that other location, see if there's anything there. See if we can find. Honestly, I'd rather go over there and find out if there's anything there to salvage. Because if there's something close to salvage while I'm waiting 15 minutes, at least gives me something to do. I could run around and pick up rocks on the ground, but that gets boring. And the other side of it too is that we don't have like the real reason for me coming out here is Natron. And I haven't seen Natron on the ground yet. If I could pick up Natron off the ground, that would be a different conversation. Actually, I can kind of come see what this flat area is too. It's like a lake bed or something. So, but if you guys do have questions, I'm gonna go into all this stuff again. So Dual Universe, if you guys are interested in playing it and you want to try to get into the game, I recommend. I like Dual Universe. I backed it in 2016. I spent a lot of money on this game. You call me a fanboy if you want. Like I'm happy with where the game is. I'm not a PvP guy, so the PvP not being where people, the PvP guys want it, is okay with me. I can understand them being frustrated and upset with it, but at the same time, there's lots of space games you can go PvP in, man. like having a game where it's not PvP all the time isn't necessarily a bad thing. And then so I'm okay with that. But we can basically play space engineers and build our ships, and we can go play with our friends, and we can do that stuff. Now, with that being said, this game is resource hungry. I think the actual, I can go check the recommended specs in a minute. I know my laptop, it's a 7700 HQ. It had 16 gigs of RAM in it and a 1060 video card. It would play the game. It wasn't super happy about playing the game, but it would play the game. And then I did upgrade it to 32 gigs of RAM, and it seems to do a lot better now. 176. Yeah. This has to be left over from like Mega Nodes or something when people were doing surface or mining under the surface, because I don't think there's stuff on here anymore. I think it's all with the asteroid mining. So that being said, let me go pull the resources. Recommended specs. So it says an i5, i7 might get a little better results. I would recommended specs is an i7. It says 16 gigs of RAM. I would say honestly, so I will tell you. Oh no, those are the minimum specs. Okay, so I have a i7 3770, 16 gigs of RAM with a GeForce 980 Ti in it. It will run the game. It's not happy about it, but it will run the game. So I would agree with those being like minimum specs. Like I don't know if I would do an i5 or not. This game has tendency to use everything that you have. I would probably recommend, at least 32 gigs of RAM. See, can run it. Doesn't give me recommended. From Dual Universe themselves. It says i5. All right, so it's saying, yeah, and it wants video memory of 8 gig of RAM. So, no, I'm saying 8 gig of RAM. No, not video memory. I'm sorry, I like it. So, from Dual Universe themselves, they're saying Intel i5 6500, 3.2 gigahertz, or Ryzen 5 2600, 8 gigs of RAM. They recommend or is required a GTX 1060 or better with 3 gigabytes of RAM or video RAM. Windows 10. Recommended is an i7 7700 or a Ryzen 7 1700, 16 gigs of RAM, and a RX 580 or a GTX 1080 or above. So those are from the site itself. I will tell you that if you do the bare minimum, you're probably not going to be super happy with it. Now, that being said, And there'll be a link down for anybody that's watching this in the video afterwards on YouTube. There'll be a link down for my Refer a Friend account. You do not have to use my Refer a Friend account if you're thinking about getting this game at some point in the future. You don't have to use my Refer a Friend account. Use someone's. Find somebody's Refer a Friend. Make sure that you use the Refer a Friend account. You start with 1,000,000 talent points by using Refer a Friend account. That is a week worth of experience for talents. It is a massive amount and a massive start at the beginning. If you watch the video from yesterday's stream, you saw that I basically just bought a bunch of, I bought the ability to boost equipment from the very beginning, and that those points help quite a bit. And to even give you, if it's your first character and you're trying to get nanite or your backpack larger and be able to do stuff, and you can do a lot of damage with 1,000,000 talent points. Once you get started, I recommend activating two-factor authentication. Once you get two-factor authentication on your account, there's another 1,000,000 talent points, so you end up with 2,000,000 talent points. And then do all your tutorials. That'll give you a handful more talent points, and you can start with a pretty good talent point pull from the beginning. So I would do that stuff, and then not only that, it gives you like $500,000 in in-game currency. The tutorials will give you even more. So it's a good start, and definitely recommend it. Once that happens, once you actually have, so if you're making a new account, click somebody's Refer a Friend link, make your new account, go into your account settings, make sure that it says that you're referred. If you go down to Refer a Friend account, it will say basically that you've been referred by so-and-so. So make sure that it says that, and once it says that, once you log in, you'll get all that information, or all the bonuses from it. And then there'll be a second link down there to my Zolo affiliate account. You guys are more than welcome and appreciative to use that to help support the channel. And that gives me a 5% kickback from your purchases on Zolo for Dual Universe. And then I'll use that money to buy DAX, and we'll give those away live on stream. Once again, if you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, I stream on Twitch in the mornings, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you're more than welcome to come hang out with us there. Do live stream. We're going to be doing giveaways. We do a bunch of stuff for Extra Life. November 5th this year, we'll be doing an extended stream for that. And that will allow you to come in and kind of, we'll be giving games away. We do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then, let's see, what other? But those are the big things. Like I said, I'm gonna start trying to upload some more of these to YouTube as I go. Trying to I could probably just, I'll think. I'll run around. I'll find my suit. Oh, there's there. But yeah, so we'll be uploading these to YouTube just because there was a lot of information that I kind of had that wasn't there. The first one of those videos will go up in about 2 hours. I don't know if it's going to actually, like, I think I have like 9 subscribers on YouTube, like subscribers. And mostly because I started the YouTube a long time ago. I was uploading, I used to do a lot of work with indie devs, especially with the University of Utah. And I have 10. Oh, I'm moving up the world. I'm in double digits. But there's some old videos from like a long time ago. So if you want to go back and see what the channel looked like in the beginning, there's some old videos. I ran afoul of the YouTube algorithm with DMCA's, and a game that they upset. And it wasn't the developer's fault. Coal, hematite, bauxite. That's a little bit better from hematite there. But I want hematite Natron. 264 hematite. That's not bad. There. Oh, but yeah. So anyway, so I ran afoul of the YouTube algorithm. I was playing, and it wasn't the dev's fault for the game. It wasn't the artist's fault for the music. It was actually his recording label that was claiming his stuff, even though it had been licensed. And the problem with it is even though I had fair use was all fine and everything was done, this was years ago. So a lot of stuff trying to figure out what to do and how to do that stuff, and it was still kind of a scary place, and it was the first ones I'd ever had. So nothing ever came of it. I never got an actual strike. I just got claimed, and they basically claimed it for revenue, but I wasn't making revenue from it. But since they never claimed it, I never got a strike. So since then, I've learned my lesson, and I turn off in-game music. I don't use in-game music anymore, because it's just not worth it. Like, as much as I love in-game music and being able to kind of listen and do things. So we do Pretzel Rocks now. If you guys don't know what Pretzel Rocks is, if you're a streamer, if you're a content creator, seriously, go check out Pretzel Rocks. You'll see the things popping up all the time there for stuff. Basically, it's DMCA royalty-free music that you're allowed to use for streaming. And there's check the license, read through the license about how to use it, what you can do with it. But you're basically allowed to stream and put stuff on YouTube with the music in the background. And as long as you have some stuff you have to follow to make sure that you're doing that correctly. But you are allowed to do it. It is fun. Make this thing's very. Yeah, I think what was happening is these may be old bases, and I think in the beginning people were worried about off-road PvP, so everybody was burying their bases underground. Let's get scan here. This seems like a good place. All right. Let's go back to scanning the art. Speaking of boxing. It's that guy there. There's all the creative fields. And I talked a little bit about Extra Life earlier. So for those that don't know, Extra Life is the gaming branch of Children's Miracle Network. Children's Miracle Network is a parody that was started in the 70s by Donnie Murray Osmond. And basically raise money for primary children's hospitals around the United States and Canada. They basically handle kids, or help kids, St. Jude's, Texas Children's. If you live in the United States and Canada, there's one of those. So what we do is we try to raise money for Texas Children's specifically. So all the money we raise goes straight to their website, straight to the hospital, and straight to help children. A lot of the reasons that I do that is because, if it wasn't for Texas Children's, I wouldn't be able to walk. When I was 9 years old, I cut my foot in half, and they spent 12 hours in the operating room, stopped counting 200 stitches, and basically put my foot back together and allowed me to have a childhood and have a normal life. So trying to raise money and give money back to Texas Children's for that is amazing. I'm thankful that we're able to do that. We've been doing Extra Life pretty much the entire time I've had my Twitch channel going. It's the reason I started doing Twitch, really. I won't say the reason. I wanted to do Twitch. I needed something to justify the expenditure. But we've been doing that. I have helped some other charities in the past too, but I decided instead of trying to split my my time between multiple charities, I picked one. And we're running with that. But Extra Life, we'll have the links for Extra Life, the actual webpage if you want to learn more about it. If you want to join the effort and maybe make your own page and try to raise your own money for it, I encourage you to do so. If you have questions or you need help, feel free to reach out to me, ask me about Extra Life. I'll help you wherever I can. It is a cause I feel deeply passionate about, and to me, it's very important that we help. So any help that I can get to a children's hospital, whether it's Texas Children's or it's a different one, to me it doesn't matter. Texas Children's is the one I chose because it's close to me, and that specific hospital is the one responsible for me being able to help. So it's important to be able to give back. But as far as I'm concerned, if you have another hospital, that if you have your local hospital and you want to support that one because that's with a self-care family, that's fine. I'll help you get that stuff set up, sorted. Like we'll get it rolled out. Because all the children's hospitals, they all need help. It's a horrible time of the, in the world with everything that's going on, and charities are suffering because people don't have a lot of cash to help charities. So that is where we are. And then, like I said, November 5th will be International Day of Play. We're planning on doing a 12-hour extended stream on the November 5th and a second day on November 6th. So if you guys are interested, mark the calendars, come hang out with us. We'll be on Twitch live the entire day. And just generally having a good time. I don't know if in the past I've had problems trying to upload those videos to YouTube. Once you start getting over, I don't know the exact number, but I know over 3 hours, it starts not wanting to transfer the data. So either I'd have to stop and start the stream at different parts, or I have to figure out a different way to do that. But if it's something that the YouTube channel does start taking off, we get some traction with that, then that's something I will definitely look into. Just picking up runs. Now this is what your beginning is going to be. Like their beginning of your playthrough, like landing on the planet the first time, you're going to have to go pick up rocks to try to get enough resources to be able to make stuff. And then it's the elephant in the room. So as you probably noticed, the server's kind of dead. Not a lot of action on it. So about a month ago or so ago, the developers made a post, basically labeled internal discussion at Novaport, and just kind of wanting to let people know what was going on. In that post, they talked about a possibility of a wipe. Not that they were going to wipe, just the possibility of something they were talking about. Because there's some problems with the server. There's a bunch of stuff that's buried in the ground, like you've seen today. That's basically been abandoned. The people have left the game; they're not coming back. There's schematics for building factories that's causing issues. There's a bunch of problems that are causing issues with different things. Excuse me. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. So the developers come out and basically said, hey, look, this is a discussion we're having internally. It's something we're talking about. It's something we're working through. At no point did they say that there was going to be a wipe. It was just something they're talking about. Matter of fact, they specifically said in there that they weren't going to wipe unless they had to. So it's now that obviously doesn't mean that there's not going to be a wipe. There's possible. So if there is a wipe, then we'll start over. We'll do what we can. We'll get off the planet as quickly as we can and get to another planet. It's going to be tricky because we're going to need a good amount of money to be able to do that. And also territory units to be able to get off to claim lands on other worlds. But we're gonna try to do that, and we'll get reestablished as quickly as we can, and get going back in, and get the word out about where we are, so people, if they want to join us or whatnot, they can. I will say that in the grand scheme of things, what we're looking for is trying to get enough resources to be able to build what we need to build. See Natron. How hard is it? Probably on the other side of the damn planet. I probably already drove to the other side. I was trying not to drive to the other side of the planet so I can make sure myself get back to work. But it's a moon, so it's a much lower area. Oh. Tried to break. I don't think I've hit anything. It's always good to check and make sure. Or kind of flat. Random orange spots. It's just the train changing or something. Right. I think my stomach's not doing super well right now, guys. I think I may leave a little bit early today. I'm just going to keep kind of scanning till I find someplace that has Natron. So hopefully tomorrow when we get back, we will have that figured out. It's a lot easier said than done. I will tell you that. But let's see if we can find somebody to go hang out with this morning. I always try to at the end of my streams to try to rate somebody. I highly recommend it. It's a good way to meet other people in the community. It's a good way to help another creator. Here's somebody accepted. site for the most part. The only one itself is Philip. Rated administrator. Think. You want Sergeant Pepper's up. He's always a good guy to raid, and he's
and I think I'm gonna do my
he is doing Captain of Industry, which is another game that I backed. Do me a favor, go hang out with Sergeant Pepper for a little bit. Y'all take it easy. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.